Hey, good morning. So, one of my ultimate favorite songs popped back into my head a few weeks ago, but it's been on my mind, especially this morning again. But it popped onto the scene, a song that at one stage I thought I had long forgotten. And then one night I was just sitting here doing some YouTube hopping as we do through music, through clips, through whatever. And up comes this song out of nowhere. And when I mentioned this song to a few people lately, I've realized I'm old school like that because this song is a great many years old. And the song is called Dive from a guy called Stephen Curtis Chapman. It's an absolutely phenomenal song that really, it's one of my pump up hype songs every morning because it's a song of many years old, as I said, but it's such a powerful song. And it talks about the long-awaited rains that carve the way to to where the rushing river can be found, and how this river, how these rushing rains then take him there, and then it also speaks about before that how the knees gets weak and his heart races as he approaches the edge because he knows there's no turning back when your feet have left that ledge, but that in all this commotion and in all these emotions and in all this things going on inside him, how he can hear through this rush, he can hear a voice telling him it's time to take a leap of faith. Maybe that's you today, like I was at one stage, hesitant, anxious, maybe even afraid. You know, perhaps because there's no turning back once you start going. Perhaps we know because there's no turning back once you put yourself out there, once people start seeing, oh, this is what you're doing. I've seen so many video clips or just video responses on comments of people throughout all the forms of social medias of people unfollowing because they follow Jesus, and these people are just, I want to say, slapping the people in the face with they do a worship song video with this guy person's comment over there, or whatever. That's standing for Jesus. And I understand sometimes social media has also take things to other levels, but that's the sort of hesitation and anxiousness and fear that one can have before you take these steps. And the song just goes further and explains about the supernatural power that's in this mighty river's flow, power that can fill an empty soul, that can bring the dead to life, give a heart the meaning of the only thing that's worth dying for. That's how the song explains it. It's a phenomenal song if you can listen to it, and I hope it hits you all as hard as it's been hitting me pretty much all my life. But there was these gaps, as I said, that I've forgotten about the song. But in your time of fear, I want to remind you again of Isaiah 41 verse 10, where it says, "Fear not, for I am with you. Be not dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you. Yes, I will help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand." Just reminding you that God is always with you. And I can so relate to the hesitation that the song speaks of. And I can relate to hearing the voice telling me that, listen, chum, it's time to go. It's time to jump. It's time to leap. It's time to do the thing. And you think it takes all the courage and all the strength that you have to take that leap. And maybe even you're right, but I found that it definitely takes courage, a lot of courage. Maybe even all the courage that you do have indeed. But one thing it doesn't take is it doesn't take all your strength, because you realize in that moment, like I realized, that the strength I used doesn't come from me, and God always sustains enough for what He needs you to do, because God is your strength and Jesus is my strength. And the reason I was able to take that leap and can daily take the steps and daily take the leaps is because I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me, and so can you. You need to realize that Jesus is your strength, your source, the core of your strength. In Philippians 4:13, where it says, "I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me." Sometimes it takes convincing yourself. In all honesty, I have no idea why I was afraid. in the beginning. It's the craziest thing, I was afraid to jump. On the one hand, I do know because I was looking with my eyes. I couldn't see what God sees. My eyes couldn't see what I needed to see. And in the end of the day, that's also why the Bible brings us to the space where it tells us that we need to walk by faith and not by sight. 2 Corinthians 5, verse 7 says, I walk by faith and not by sight. Because our eyes deceive us. Our eyes can't see what we need to see. You see nothing on this ledge, and meanwhile, there's this big, very soft, massively sized marshmallow down there that's going to catch you. But you just need to jump. You just need to leap. You need to take that leap of faith. And I needed to realize in all these things that it's normal to hesitate before you start. Even if you watch some athletes that I was thinking of as I was busy writing these notes, I was thinking of especially track and field athletes. Before every run, they do this little step dance move. They do this, they do this. They do this thing. I'm sure everybody has seen this thing. They do this little step dancing that I love seeing. That ever since I had this thought about this, I think about it every time. What are they going through their mind? What is going in through their hearts? What is happening inside at that stage? Are they talking to themselves? Are they giving themselves a pep talk? Are they busy praying to the Lord? Are they just speaking to the Lord? Are they telling themselves, man, this is how great these steps are going to be. This is how nice that launch, that takeoff is going to be. This is how far and magnificent world record of a jump or javelin throw or hammer throw or shot put. This is how far I'm going to throw this thing. Man, I'm going to wreck that record, that personal record, that world record. I'm going to wreck it. Telling themselves. I love with the takeoff and the launch. I love the Afrikaans word, vastrap. Jy trap vas, man. It's a firm word. That's a launch, man. And how they must be talking to themselves like that through that whole thing, So I think you need to start giving yourself a pep talk. I gave myself a pep talk as well. To start going, to launch, before you do that thing that you're standing there on the ledge and you go, I need to go, Lord. I know, but I don't know. Okay, I'm going to do this thing. You just start giving yourself a pep talk and stop telling yourself you're going to do this thing and start telling yourself how great the jump is going to be, how great your steps are going to be, how fantastic that launch is going to be, and what a new world record you're going to set after you jump. And remind yourself that when you walk with God, you run with God, when you leap with God, walk by faith, it will be great steps, magnificent steps, phenomenal throws, great jumps, where you will be setting brand new records to the likes that this world has probably never even seen.